Hey, welcome to the Indigo Room. I am your host, Sydney Chase, and this is where we discuss all things spiritual. And by that I mean that we are non physical spiritual beings having human physical experiences. And life is supposed to be good, it's supposed to be delicious, it's supposed to be fun, even when it's wicky wacky. So I'm thanking you for joining us in our 10-part series on 10 things that you can do right now to raise your own vibration, change your own vibe, change your habits, and start to feel a little bit better this new year, 2019. This will be great for any year, really, but we're in 2019, so you might as well try something different. Change your habits. Einstein says that if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, that is the definition of insanity. And sometimes I may sound insane, but I'm trying to change everything. Well, a lot of things. I'm trying to change a lot of things and change some habits. And so I've been working on myself this past 2018, and I changed a lot of habits. And you know what? I thought maybe you would like to try some of these new things too. Or just maybe they're not new to you, and maybe you just want to remember to do them again. So we're going to be talking about those things 10, maybe 12 different things that you can do to help you to change your energy and to feel better. And you know what? When you feel better, you attract better things. Energy is contagious. Good energy and wicky wacky energy. So let's get started.
Welcome to the Indigo Room. Serenity ahead.
Here we go, it's the indigo, sending the best and bliss, yes, so let's go. Bringing brainwaves to a higher plane, manifest your world, shaking the mundane. Shift thought, make moves inspired, change self-worth for words, taking you higher. Bring forth your serenity, forget words like destiny. Cause the path to choose is up to you, so make your move to find the way in you. The touch the sky will mellow high, and spirits rise, and winds of change. So yes, I invite you. So come on through. See how we do in the Indigo Room, yeah.
Welcome to the Indigo
Number one, we talked about this in our in our last show, and I touched on it a little bit, and I just wanted to expand on it a little bit more. And number one is drink more water. I know that sounds silly. It sounds like Sydney, like that's no epiphany. I drink a lot of water anyway, and it doesn't do anything to raise my vibration. Aha! Aha! Well, I want you to know that I've been doing some research, and I don't know if you all remember What the Bleep Do We Know? And if you don't remember that, that's okay. If you've never seen it, I have a link in the comments below, in the description below. You can purchase it on Amazon for $1.99 and watch it. It's a great movie. I love it. I loved that movie. I think I loved that movie more than I loved The Secret. Anyway, it came out around the same time as The Secret. And in the movie, the main character was walking through a subway station, and she heard this woman talking. And I'm going to put the link also to the video up above here. And which way is it? Over the side. Right up there. And you will be able to pause this video and just go take a look at it when I tell you to. Anyway, she went into this subway tunnel, and she heard this woman talking, and she was giving a dissertation, I guess, in the subway. I don't know who does that, but subways are. If you live in New York, that's how it goes. And she was talking about the power of water. And she was talking about a water experiment that Dr. Emoto, I don't know if I could put it in there, Dr. Emoto did. And it's in this book. This is one of my books. I love this book. The True Power of Water, Healing and Discovering Ourselves. Anyway, she was talking and she was showing these slides of his experiment. And his experiment was that he says that water actually can change. We can change the water and the structure of the water just by our words and what we say to it. You know, people talk to their plants, right? And they say they talk to their plants grow better because the plants are alive. And we've heard that story. And, you know, you may have experimented with your own plants as well. And your plants do, you know, feel better when you talk to them. They grow and they give you better vegetables and leaves, and they're beautiful. Well, water also reacts to our words as well. Now, in the video, in the movie, they talk about our bodies being 90% water. I know I said 98 during the other video, but it was 90% water. So what Dr. Emoto did was he did this experiment where he took water and he put words, certain words on the water, like love and thank you, or gratitude, and also you make me sick, and I hate you, and you're disgusting, and different things like that, to see what, now I don't know what would make him think that, but to see what the change of the water would be. So when he finally examined the water, after they froze the water, and they finally examined the water under a microscope, and you could see how the crystals of the water completely changed based on the words that were on the bottle of water. The words for you make the water, the crystals for the words you make me sick looked disgusting. The frozen water that was, the water that was labeled thank you was beautiful. And I started, after I saw What the Bleep Do We Know, writing on my water. And I think a lot of us did back then, in 2007 and on, you know, with the law of attraction and all that. And I started writing on my water. New York City water. Because, you know, remember I was doing videos, and some of you will remember I was doing videos in Studio B. And I started to write and label my water and write on my water bottles, thank you, gratitude, love, peace, joy, happiness. And the water tastes different. It really did. The tap water, I was doing this too. So I continued to do that. I continued to do that all through living in Pennsylvania and then coming back to New York again. And I stopped doing that in 2016. So pause the video right now, click on the link right here, and take a look at the little snippet from What the Bleep Do We Know, and then come back. I'll wait for you. And it occurred to me last year because I was changing my eating habits and changing my diet, and I wanted to drink more water. And I followed Dr. Sebi, and we're going to talk about him too, but not in this series. But one of the things that he tells us to do is to drink at least a gallon of water a day. I'm not up to a gallon of water a day. Not yet. I'm still working on that. But I have increased my water intake. And the first thing I do upon waking is drink a glass of water. I don't have coffee in the morning anymore. I just have a nice 8-ounce glass of water, and it's at room temperature. And it comes out of the bottle that I'm going to show you now, that I showed you the other day, that's written on the bottle, thank you, gratitude, love, peace, joy, happy. Those words are on my water. And even the spring water now, the bottled water that I write those words on, that even tastes different. But I also take it a step further. All of my stored water is in the kitchen, and I've written on all the bottles. When they come in, I write on all the bottles. And then I sit the bottles in front of meditative music, or classical music, or binaural beats, which we're going to talk about as well. And then it changes the structure of the water. And I bless the water before I drink it. And this way is another way that you can raise your vibration immediately, just by the water, because water is energy. It's life. We know this. We saw our brothers and sisters out in North Dakota fighting for the water. And I watched a documentary recently this year, as last year, 2018. I've never seen it before, and it was created in 2008. I'm going to put the link in the description below as well. You might be interested in watching it. But it's a documentary about Dr. Emoto and the research that was conducted. But rest in peace. I remember when he passed away, I felt really sad about it. But anyway, the documentary speaks about the research that was continuing to go on, or was happening for, because of him. And some scientists were researching water, and they realized that water has memory. Water has memory. And that the water, if you think about the water that's coming through our piping system, especially New York City supposedly has the champagne of water across the country. That we have the best water in the country, supposedly. That's what the studies I've researched have said. However, it is great. It's beautiful. Upstate, it's pristine when it's up in the reservoir. I've passed it many times in my travels. And when you're standing over it, it's just amazing. It's beautiful. But it has to make its way down to New York City through pipes and all kinds of different scenarios before it actually gets to your faucet. So the study says by the time that the water gets to the cities, it is dead. It's dead water. Has no energy, has no life. So you can restructure your water. You can change your water. And by drinking restructured water and changed water, you start to feel better, because water is energy. So I encourage you, this is just one thing that you can do right now. Start drinking more water, and write on your water bottles, and take a look at the videos that I talked about, What the Bleep Do We Know, and also the documentary by Dr. Emoto. And if you want, you can pick up the book as well, and it'll be in the descriptions below. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.